Over the Bridge. This is quite a different type of story.
It is.
Although I know that now many more filmmakers are starting to address issues like mental health, and issues that are related to our psychology and our emotions.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts about this story and what the story is trying to say? First of all, what do you think this story is trying to say?
Thank you very much for even mentioning the mental health angle because I love that. First of all, it's not preachy. It doesn't come out with a huge sign saying, please, mental health. And I know that mental health has almost been, sorry to say, almost bastardized. It's almost like it's a get out of responsibility card. Once you don't want to take responsibility or accountability, just say my mental health. But I like that we use it in such a wholesome, in such a subtle way that forces you to actually look at the problem. For instance, the protagonist goes through these challenges, and not on it isn't until rubber hits the road that his wife kind of just realizes, well, I've been a crappy wife, and I could have come to the, for better. I could have been more supportive in ways that I didn't even know I could, So I think that that is a clarion call to people to not just check themselves, but look for the cues in others. Sometimes it's in the faraway stares, it's in the hallucinations, it's in the funny. It's not that they don't want to come through as good friends or good members of society, but they just can't. And there's a line in the story that says, I can't even tell you how I feel because I don't even know how I feel anymore. And I think that that is the heart of the story. So yeah, it's all in your head, and sometimes you need help from all around you to actually reach far into and draw it out. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm wondering, you are a busy actor on stage and on screen, and I can imagine that that would come with its own mental pressures. So I am wondering how you take care of yourself mentally and how you reach out for help when you need it.
How I reach out for help when I need it, I'm still working on that part. Because I think I speak for a lot of practitioners when I say that we kind of always want to be the big girls and just handle stuff on our own. But I have found that when you do things over and I want, or how do they say, insanity is when you do things over and over again the same way and expect different results. I have now seen that reaching out to someone, I have, how they say, I have tasted this, I've tasted this. I recommend reaching out to somebody. Sometimes you need to. Some time ago, was it 2-3 months ago? I was just in a circle like this with friends and colleagues, and we're just talking. And I realized that I was refreshed after. So I feel like after a show or after a movie, sometimes just getting together with like minds. It might be light, it might be coffee, it might be games nights. Just relieve that stress because it is there. It's pent up. It might not be tangible, but trust me, it is there. And just because it's not a scab or a wound that you can see doesn't mean that it isn't creating lesions in your head. So yeah, I think that's how I just have a really nice outing with friends and family. That just really, really helps me. And then music is also good. It's therapy in itself and of itself. I think music is very, very good too.
You definitely went through the whole 9 years with emotions. Can you just tell us about that journey for you emotionally as Folarin and as an actor?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a good question. So, first off, Over the Bridge is a psychological thriller, and I guess for the audience, we wanted them to be thrilled when they saw it. So when I read the script and when I was going through all those processes, I was making sure I was checking. I was like, Ozzy, are you thrilled? Are you thrilled right now? Oh, yeah. Yes. So,
Were you thrilled?
of course, I was. Hopefully, it comes across on camera. So it was a roller coaster ride, but we're super, super happy that, we successfully, made the film, post produced the film, and now is ready for a national nationwide audience. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I want you to thank you for sharing that. I feel like the throw was passed across because we're like 1 minute you're talking to Kevin about something, the next minute you're looking at your hands. What was the hands thing about?
So we touch on, well, okay, what we're hinting at, right? These are some of the physiological effects of stress, excessive stress on the body or the person. So we didn't harp on it too much because we talk about how Folarin is isolated. He's lost communication channels with his wife and life partner, his friends, his business associates, and there's a lot of pressure to deliver, but he doesn't have any outlet. So have you ever been stressed?
Yes, I have.
You know how it is? Yes. Do you get anxiety from time to time?
Yes, I do.
Same, I do too.
When you get anxiety and when you're stressed, what do you usually do to like let out your emotion?
Like a cup of tea, like boil some tea. The heat, my stomach warms. Yes, it warms up. I go for a walk as well. Yes, and then I talk to friends and family. Yeah. What about you?
What do I do when I'm stressed? I'm still trying to find healthy, you know, healthy ways. No, I didn't say that. No,
Wow, wow.
I didn't say that. I'm trying to. I'm trying to find healthier ways than like scrolling, doom scrolling.
Oh yes, doom scrolling. Yes, that is a problem. I have that too, but I'm cutting back because it's a time waster, time stealer. Yes, yes, yes.
Falari did go through so much pressure internally and externally. Which one is heavier? Would you say internal pressure or external pressure? Like the pressure we get from people or the pressure that comes from within? In your own life, how have you found I'm currently?
Okay, so this is, I think, what happens. I think we manage ourselves internally, or we try to contain our internal pressures, and we can do that for a time if everything is going okay. But what happens is that if the external pressures catch up with our internal pressures, so if things are not okay internally, eventually what we think we can manage and handle in terms of external pressures, it could be anything really. Your relationship breaks down, or you lose a family member, or you lose a job, or you are going an illness, just something, a debilitating circumstance. And once that then catches up with you internally, then that's when you find that there's this difficulty of coping. So there is almost like a balancing act between what's happening around, because again, you can have the external pressures that perhaps aren't going so well, or maybe coming to kind of this breaking point. But because internally you have been able to develop the tools to keep your mind in check, keep yourself emotionally, physically, and spiritually sound. And again, it's a working progress. You're constantly doing it. Then you're able to better handle the external pressures.
Film, that's what the film is. A film is, oh man, producer's money must not finish. I must get the most on this day. You must do this before nature. There's a lot of pressure. There's safety. You should have safety, ways to release the pressure, safe ways that can accommodate that, and there should always be outlets. And that's what the film really discusses. That you need to go somewhere where your mind, your soul, your spirit can relax. Yeah.
Where is your own somewhere? I'm wondering.
Me, it's in the village somewhere.
Really?
Let me be real with you. I grew up. My background, I actually didn't grow up in Lagos. I grew up on I grew up on a tobacco plantation as a child.
Where?
It's in somewhere in Kwara State. So I grew up in Kwara State. So there's in quiet nature filled places you can have some peace. Your mind will rest. Your mind, there'll be rest. Yeah.
Lagos doesn't give us a lot of that.
Yeah, there's too much. You're always on the run. So a vacation, I mean, that's what a vacation really should be. You should be some unplugging and give yourself some mental relaxation. Yeah.